An occurrence that takes place on islands is that they become isolated, and the species that inhabit them begin to develop differently from the same specimens that remain in a continental region, adapting to their environment, which also changes significantly. This is the case of Japan, which is home to a ruminant that scales the mountains of its territory, the Japanese Serau. This goat is restricted to the main islands of Japan, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku, in forested areas within mountainous zones at about 1,000 meters, approximately 3,280 feet, above sea level, tolerating cold and snowy climates. It is the only ruminant currently living naturally in Japan. With the advance of humanity, others like deer, cattle, and sheep were introduced, but being the only native one, it has been designated as a special national monument. This artiodactyl measures approximately 130 centimeters, about 4 feet 3 inches, in length and about 65 centimeters, roughly 25.6 inches, in height at the withers. It has two horns reaching about 16 centimeters, around 6.3 inches, in length, composed of several rings, and weighs between 30 to 45 kilograms, about 66 to 99 pounds. It has dark brown fur, while on the neck it is whitish and a little thicker on the head. It presents glands below the eyes, between the toes, and preputial glands. The latter and the infraorbital ones help them mark their territory and are easy to see. It has 32 teeth in total to help it feed, and a short tail measuring about 6.5 centimeters, roughly 2.6 inches. The Serau is diurnal and feeds on plants, especially young shoots and leaves of deciduous trees, and occasionally on acorns that have fallen from the branches, as well as fruits and flowers depending on the season. It spends a great deal of time chewing its food to reduce it to a certain size, so it can pass through its 4 gastric cavities. They are solitary, presenting territories that they protect from other conspecifics of the same sex, especially males. These demarcations can cover up to 166 square kilometers, about 64 square miles, where the size can vary due to the availability of food, using their glands to determine their boundaries. However, Serau of different sexes that enter are normally welcome to a certain extent. They live in their spaces for their entire lives, or the majority of it, which they establish from puberty. If they don't have one, they have a higher risk of mortality. Females sometimes inherit their mother's territories. They spend a large part of the time, when they're not eating, on a high place observing the presence of predators or any intruder. They are very agile, managing to climb tall, detached rocks with a single bound and cross a cliff in one leap, which is why they are compared to the agility of a ninja. They tend to form monogamous relationships that coincide with the proximity of their territory, remembering that this only occurs during the mating season from September to October. Although some males have 2 to 3 females, this behavior corresponds to 10 to 30% of them, so polygynous behavior is still considered fixed in the species. In a courtship ritual, the male licks the female's snout and strikes her hind legs with his front legs, then proceeds to copulate. The female has a gestation period of 220 days, giving birth in the months of May to June to a single calf. The mother will care for her offspring alone and feed them for 5 months, staying with her until 1 year of age up to 3 years. Puberty reaches females at 2 years and males at 3 years, with an average lifespan of 20 to 25 years in the wild. While in captivity, they live up to 33 years. This mammal does not have many predators. One of the main ones was the Japanese wolf, but it became extinct in the year 1900. Although one of the current ones believed to hunt them is the Asian black bear, which happens sporadically. Meanwhile, dogs and humans have become their greatest current predators. For a time, it was on the endangered species lists, but it is currently listed as least concern. This is due to actions to protect it from hunting, generating public interest by creating a bond with them, calling them a national treasure of the forests. Studies in captive breeding re-established its population, which historically was hunted to consume its meat and skin. Although the settlers who dedicate themselves to tree cultivation for timber do not like them, because they eat the shoots of their crops, claiming that the population has increased a lot. It is the only endemic bovine of Japan, being an example that the effect of extinction can be reversed, making it a national symbol very similar to the panda. That is the Japanese Serau. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a like and share it so more people know about this channel. I leave my social networks so we can be in touch, and also through that medium, I will make the relevant announcements about the channel. If you're new, I invite you to subscribe and don't forget to leave a comment or any questions that may have arisen. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you later.